So who's a fan of the Supremes? The 1960s girl group that became the most popular girl group of all time. They were the first group to have 5 consecutive #1 hit songs, and they went on to have a record-breaking 12 #1 hit songs. Diana Ross, Florence Ballard, and Mary Wilson were 3 girls from the projects in Detroit who really hit it big. They got together and started singing in 1959 and were together for about a decade. Boy, did they have an impact on popular American music and music worldwide. They were the first musical group to have 5 consecutive #1 hit songs. They also went on to have a record-breaking 12 #1 hit songs. And in 2017, Billboard magazine ranked them the #1 girl group of all time. They're also ranked the #1 American group of all time. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, and sadly in 2021, Mary Wilson died at the age of 77 in Henderson, Nevada, and she's laid to rest here in California, here at Holy Cross Cemetery in Culver City. And that's who I'm here to visit today. At least I'm hoping to find her gravesite. I was here about a month ago. I wasn't able to find it. Someone had placed a GPS on our Find a Grave Memorial page, but the GPS was incorrect. They had just placed the GPS at the front gate, and she's not laid to rest near the front gate. In fact, she's laid to rest, if this current information is correct, all the way at the very top of the hill, about as far away from the front gate as you can get. So I want to thank my friend Craig Talbot for helping me find her gravesite and helping me find the coordinates and directions. When I was here about a month or so ago, there were no directions or information about where her grave was actually located, just that GPS that was incorrect. So I contacted Craig. I figured if anyone would know where she was laid to rest, it would be Craig. He seems to know where all the famous people are laid to rest here in the Southern California area, and sure enough, he knew exactly where she was laid to rest, or at least he believes this is where she's laid to rest. I've been to this section a couple of times before. In fact, I think I was here, though, before she was buried here in this section. For me, this is almost like visiting one of the Beatles' graves. Growing up back in the 1960s, I think I've mentioned this, well, I know I've mentioned this on this channel before, that on the radio, all we listened to really were the Beatles, the Supremes, the Beach Boys, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan. But definitely the Supremes were one of the most popular groups and were played on the radio probably more than any of the others. Maybe the Beatles were played a little bit more than the Supremes, but boy, they really were a part of the soundtrack to my childhood. How about you guys? Which was your favorite song? Do you have a favorite? I mean, they were all really good. I think their first #1 hit was Where Did Our Love Go? Then Baby Love, Come See About Me, Stop in the Name of Love, Back in My Arms Again, I Hear a Symphony, You Can't Hurry Love, You Keep Me Hanging On, Love Is Here, Now You're Gone, The Happening, Love Child, and Someday We'll Be Together. I think if I had to choose one as my favorite, I guess I would choose You Can't Hurry Love. But it's funny how they all bring back different memories of different moments in time. Mary Wilson was born March 6, 1944 in Greenville, Mississippi, and died February 8, 2021 in Henderson, Nevada. She died at home from cardiovascular disease at the age of 76. Her son Rafael, or Rafi, died in January of 1994 when they were riding together in their Jeep Cherokee, and apparently they drifted off the road and the Jeep overturned. Mary received moderate injuries from the crash, but sadly, Raphael's injuries were fatal, and he died at the young age of 14. Apparently, the accident happened on Interstate 15, driving from Los Angeles back to Las Vegas or Henderson, Nevada. And it looks like there are quite a few other vacant or open grave sites nearby for other family members. The one here to the right looks like it's available, and then there's 3 or 4 or 5 just below in the next row down. So that's kind of nice that their whole family might be here. I'm just assuming, maybe not, but these could be just unmarked graves, or they could belong to other people. But, you know, I've said this before, I always think it's nice when family members are buried together. And at least she is buried together here with her son. And I wonder if she chose this location because of the statue here of Jesus with the little lamb, since he died so young, so tragically. It's a beautiful location with a really nice view. Thank you again, Craig, for making this visit to Mary Wilson's gravesite possible. I wasn't able to find her final resting place without your help, so I really, really appreciate it once again. So until our next trip to the cemetery together, thanks for sharing the memories, everybody.